David and Goliath, a full Bible story. Long ago in the land of Israel, there was a young shepherd boy named David. He was the youngest son in his family and spent his days caring for sheep in the fields. While watching over the flock, David learned to trust God with all his heart. He played music on his harp, sang songs of worship, and believed God would always protect him. At that time, the army of Israel was at war with the Philistines. Every morning and evening, a giant warrior named Goliath stepped onto the battlefield. He was over 9 feet tall, covered in heavy armor, and carried a massive spear. His voice thundered across the valley as he shouted at the Israelites. "Choose one man to fight me," Goliath yelled. "If ye we will serve you, but if I defeat him, you will serve us." The soldiers of Israel were terrified. Even King Saul was afraid. For 40 days, no one dared to fight the giant. One day, David's father sent him to bring food to his older brothers who were serving in the army. When David arrived at the battlefield, he heard Goliath mocking God and the people of Israel. David asked, "Why is everyone afraid of this man?" The soldiers answered, He is too strong and too powerful." But David said, "The Lord who protected me from lions and bears while I watched my sheep will protect me from this giant too." When King Saul heard David speaking with confidence, he called for him. Saul looked at the young shepherd and said, "You are only a boy, and Goliath has been a warrior his whole life." David replied, "God has always been with me. He will rescue me again." Saul finally agreed and offered David his armor and sword, but the armor was too heavy for David, so he took it off. Instead, David carried only his shepherd's staff, a sling, and 5 smooth stones from a nearby stream. As David walked toward the battlefield, Goliath laughed when he saw him. "Am I a dog," the giant shouted, "that you come at me with sticks?" But David stood strong and answered, "You come against me with a sword and spear, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty." Then David placed a stone into his sling and swung it with all his strength. The stone flew through the air and struck Goliath directly in the forehead. The giant stumbled forward and crashed to the ground. The Philistine army was shocked. When they saw their giant defeated, they ran away in fear. The Israelites celebrated because God had given them victory through David's faith and courage. From that day forward, David became known throughout Israel. People remembered that victory did not come from strength, armor, or size, but from trusting God completely. And the lesson of David and Goliath still reminds people today. No problem is too big when God is with you.